Hello everyone, my name is Loko and welcome to some more Legacy of the Void. Today I'm going to be playing a live game for you, and this time around it's going to be against the Terran player known by the name of Jay. Now I don't think I've played him before. He did have a Zerg portrait, interestingly enough, so I don't know actually if he's super experienced with Terran. Well, to be honest, it's only like the win 10 games Zerg portrait. But anyway, it's going to be a live game of Zerg versus Terran in the StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void beta. As always, I will be giving commentary at the same time as I'm actually playing this game. So that's gonna be a little bit tricky, but recently I've been having a pretty reasonable time. If you take a look at the YouTube channel, for those that have been watching the YouTube videos for a longer time, you're aware that I used to be absolutely awful at it, but nowadays it goes a little bit better. Now, I'm up against a Terran player. Terran players lately have been going for a lot of siege tank drops. I'm not completely sure what it is, but at least in the last couple of days I've been getting siege tank dropped very, very often. And all of a sudden, the actual, like, new Terran unit, completely blanked out on the name for a second, doesn't really matter, but the new Terran unit isn't actually being used that much right now, and a lot of people are trying to steer back towards, like, some bio play with siege tanks, which used to be very popular in the Wings of Liberty times, where people would go for, like, marine tank, which used to be very common. And then, you know, afterwards, when Heart of the Swarm came out, people started mixing in Widow Mines instead, and at some point people just completely switched over to the Widow Mine. But all of a sudden, now that siege tanks are droppable while in siege mode, it's very, very common. Now, obviously, I have no clue if that's actually going to be happening in this game either, but I am going to get an early Zergling speed out just in case. A lot of people are also opening up with Reapers. Reapers did get buffed recently in the fact that they now can throw down a mine. And the mine can actually, I believe it takes like 3 mine shots or something to take out a drone. And obviously, since it does AoE splash damage, I mean, he could kill like a whole group of drones if I'm not careful. So, I'm gonna need some queens, I'm gonna need some early Zerglings, and we will decide from there where the game will take us. I mean, Zerg has always really been the reactionary race. And most often it's actually best to just play it like that as well. So I'm gonna get 6 Zerglings in total, just in case, okay? I'm really having some bad trouble and some bad history so far with the units. And actually, let's just keep the drones in gas. I was gonna pull them off right there, only leave 1 in. But I'm thinking of going for some relatively quick +1/+1 upgrades and go from there. Okay, wow, this is actually a CC first. Very, very, very aggressive play. I'm pretty sure that's a CC first. The timings are a little bit different in Wings of Liberty, but yeah, he's actually also scouting right now, so we're gonna move across the map. We're gonna move across the map right now. May have to go for a relatively quick 3rd base and just keep droning up. The thing about CC first is that he will have a very strong economy early on. That's gonna be tough for me to handle. Now, I am gonna have 6 Zerglings, so it's a little bit more than he may be used to as well. I don't want to overmake queens, just gonna go up to 3. And, well, we may be able to do a little bit right here. I mean, 3 marines. Yeah, no, it's 4 right now. Not actually gonna be enough. If I would have committed to it a little bit more, I think I may have been able to, but we'll just get the 3rd base going and go from there. Get like a big economy. Trying to check out what is happening on his side of the map. We did see that there was a gas geyser down. Didn't manage to click on it, so a little bit unfortunate for me. But we got the 3rd base happening. Gonna go for the double evolution chamber now that we hit 200 gas, which will allow me to get my +1/+1 going relatively early. Now, my late game plan, in most situations, versus both Terran and Protoss, is actually Ultralisk. Ultralisk are amazing. They're very, very powerful right now. They got an insane amount of armor, and it allows them to be, you know, extremely strong. Extremely strong. Gotta save a little bit of energy up on those queens as well. And I'm gonna get 2 more gases going in the meantime. Okay, +1/+1. Sending my overlords across the map to different locations that seem valuable to me. And just making sure that I keep an eye out on what is going on. I don't want to be caught with my pants down. Gonna be going for a overlord speed relatively quick as soon as I hit the next 100 gas, and then we'll also start up the lair. Leaving a Zergling out in the open right there. And yeah, it should be good. So there we go. Overlord speed on the way. And I'm gonna start rallying towards this new 3rd base. And spread some more creep. Creep spread is a little bit lacking so far. Definitely could be improving on that. Gotta go for a lair next. Very important for us. There we go. Lair going down in a natural. And we're gonna start trying to drone up this turret. Now, in the meantime, I do want to get a Baneling nest out. I don't actually plan on going Banelings if I don't have to. I want to go like Hydra Zerglings into Ultra, but because I'm not completely sure what is happening, and because my Overseer speed and my Overlord speed is still a way off, I need to be careful. So I'm making a big group of Zerglings right now as well, and now we'll head back to drone. Should focus a little bit more on my crease spread, really, but we got some good minimap vision. I will be fully aware of my opponent taking a third base if he does. And well, we got some good coverage so far. He's allowing me to drone, which is huge. I'm gonna be flying around as well. See if we can find anything. Alright, so he's actually blindly making missile turrets. This indicates to me that he's not gonna plan on moving out for a little while. That's because he's playing so defensive. And he's actually switching into Mech. Okay. Interesting. I'm not gonna allow him to take that third base, but I do want to go for a quick hive. And with that, I'm also gonna get a Roach Warren. We can also go for the new Broodlord, actually. Broodlords did get buffed recently. In the fact that they now have an extra little bit of range. I don't think he will have very much anti-air, so we can give that a try. There we go, got my Greater Spire. Or my Spire, rather, going already. And I'm gonna go for a fourth base as well. Just because of the fact that we are gonna need it. If we want to support a proper Broodlord army. Pooping creep on the bases that I can find. There we go. You can go over there as well. And he actually, wow, he actually has a base over there. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Okay, starting +2/+2. Wow, I did not know. Or I did not expect him to get that so early. That is pretty big, actually. Alright, I guess we'll take the base anyway. That's actually a big deal. He will have a lot more army than I anticipated. But we did kill every single last one of those things, so could have been worse. Adding on a big group of Zerglings right now. That's scouting right there, though. I had everything scouted, right? You saw that I was focused hard on scouting, but he picked the one base where I did not expect him to be. First time that has actually happened on a map like this. We are pooping creep on everything else. Gonna get Baneling speed as well, just in case, as well as Roach speed, because we're here now anyway. And I'm gonna start some Roaches, and I'm gonna start some Hydras too. I'm a little bit worried of the potential timing attacks that he can do. He does have a pretty sizable army already. But this is not too scary yet. Ideally, I do want to do a bit of a timing push myself. If I allow him to get a massive army up, it's obviously not in my favor, right? So I want to try and prevent that. He is not going... Oh, he's actually going for the double expand. That's what's happening here. Okay, nice. That's huge. That's huge right there. They'll allow me to be a lot more powerful. Okay, that's great. Catching a couple of these things. Okay, we're gonna go back, but that was really, really nice. That means that he's not gonna move out. So I can end up making a big round of workers there. And I can probably deny him from that base for a while longer. Gonna try and get another Overlord over there to poop some creep. And in the meantime, I'm also gonna be taking this base right there. Very nice. Yeah, see? Right now he won't have enough to actually stop me from denying that base. Can't go for the Greater Spire yet, but very shortly we will. These things are annoying. Okay, Greater Spire. I'm not completely sure how they will do, though. I'm not completely sure how the new Broodlords will do. They basically added on an extra range and a half, if I'm not mistaken. So they used to be 9 range, and now they're 11, I think. Although, don't quote me on that. But in the meantime, we'll just get +3/+3 going. We get the Adrenal Glands upgrade going as well. And I'm going to start preparing for the Broodlords. But like I said, I don't know exactly how powerful they will be. But hey, there's only one way to find out. That's why we're playing ladder in the end. Just to try out different strategies. He does have a significant amount already, though. A couple of Vikings as well, so we need to take that into account. Okay. I'm gonna start saturating this base over here. Get one Spore Crawler. And he's actually planning on moving here. Or at least that looks like it. I think he may have gone back though. Okay, adding on more Zerglings now. Okay. Got my Broodlords morphing in. Do want to make sure that obviously I get a bunch of this stuff going. Now, I have Zerglings incoming. Zerglings will deal with this just fine. You gotta keep in mind that Cyclones are not cheap units. Okay, adding on more Corruptors here. Okay, I'm gonna try and run over some Zerglings to the other side of the map. That are not actually on a hotkey right now. Gotta worry for Hellion run-bys and things like that. Okay, looks like he's actually planning on moving right now. Which is great for me. Gonna put down my Ultralisk Cavern. Adrenal Glands will be done right now. This is actually a really nice timing for me. I'm gonna run the Zerglings up there. And in the meantime, I'm gonna try and start attacking him. See what happens. Apparently there is a siege tank, but we can deal with that. We're gonna start moving forward here. Okay, so the range on these Broodlords is longer than it's ever been. Watchtowers are gonna be very useful for this. Okay, and in the meantime, we're actually killing a base there. So very, very nice. Gonna use these guys to move forward a little bit. To see if we can, you know, kill any of the Vikings that are pretty much undoubtedly gonna come in. Okay, here we go. We're moving, we're moving. He's doing a little bit of a run-by. Don't know where the Vikings are. But they're not here. Which is the best thing. And we're running in with a massive Zerg flood right now. And my opponent says... LOL, I am just off-racing. He's not having a good time. I thought he played quite well, though. I don't know if he was actually off-racing, but... he did not seem to be very happy right there. But at the very least, this should show you the strength of Broodlords in Zerg vs Terran. Very, very powerful. Although, to be fair, they're more of like a support unit right now. There's no way you can go for like a big group of Broodlords and go from there, you know. You need to make sure that you try your very hardest and, you know, basically clean up most of what the Terran has with your ground army as well. I was having this switch up for Broodlords right there. The reason for the Broodlord, or for the Ultralist rather, the reason for the Ultralist is because my opponent was, you know, at least I expected him to, was gonna likely transition into a lot of Vikings. And yeah, you know, it's always important to have these switches ready to go. And that's really what Legacy of the Void so far at the very least has all been about. It's like having a big variety and a big, like, group of units that maybe has some core units like Zerglings and Roaches and all that, but then you supplement this army for, you know, basically anything from Swarm Hosts to Broodlords to Corruptors to Ultras to anything that the Zerg really has. And it's really, really cool to be playing with this. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, hit that like button below the video. And also, if you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you will be the very first one to get a notification when I upload the next video. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one.